Look at that cloud. Look at that motherfucking rainbow. I know y'all see that shit. She determined how the cycles of gestation in the earth are ruled. Know what you're dealing with? You dealing with me? You dealing with the sun? Look at that. Hold on. Don't go no further. It don't go no further than me. Yes, sir. Look at that peacock. Hold on, bitch. Let me get to the light. Know what you're dealing with? The firmament declared his handiwork. Hold on. So he don't go no further. Down. Know what you're dealing with. Hold on. Yeah. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me these last couple of weeks because I really tapped into the whole gateway. I brought the gateway to the south through the Lions Gate, Sears Rising. Before the bitch even hit in July. Now, pay attention because these last like 4 lives I had posted. Y'all ain't even pay attention because Bobby Hemmitt finna break this shit down like I was telling y'all. He gonna say the same shit I was telling y'all verbatim down there, but with a different perspective about this Cthulhu shit. The great old ones, these flunked out ass Rashad Jamal reflection ass country community, and everything other than that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all ain't gonna see me probably like about 4 weeks because I'm finna get ready to go in for real. It's your ass.
Once you cross into the threshold, you meet up with your higher self. Your higher self. And let me explain this. Your higher self is called the Necronomicon. Now, I don't want you to be disturbed when you hear this stuff, because see, what happened was this. On 12/12/94, a doorway opened, which means 144, which means what? 144, which is the number of the apocalypse. You see, on 12/12/94, this doorway opened up. When this doorway opened up, what had happened is, you need to go see the movie Superman 2. Put it all in the movies for you. Remember, it's supposed to have been 3 people that was rowdy, and you got encased in a glass. Right? It was all wearing black. And it was locked out in a glass, but they set up a bomb on the earth and blew it up, and the glass shattered, and they came to earth, and the only thing was living on earth was symbolizing basically was white people, because we supposed to be dead. So they said, these people here in theory, we can rule over them. See what I'm saying? And they would run in hell until somebody like them was fighting with them, a sellout nigga, Superman. Now, picture them as black. Well, everything they put in the movie, they study the science of the occult, which only means that which is hidden from you. You see. Now, let me explain what's getting ready to go on. On 12/12, the Necronomicon is called the Great Old One, or the Ancient Ones. That used to be you before you fell into the physical and went to sleep. Your higher selves was locked out of the time zone and they're trying to get back to you. On 12/12, a gateway opened up, and as a result, this gateway is open, which now these Necronomicons can come through. That's not but your higher self to get ready to meet up with you. See what I'm saying? Now, the great old ones were invaders from space, from other dimensions, and worlds and other worlds. They once ruled the earth. That's you, not but you. And was vanquished and expelled by cosmic forces. That was the great brotherhood, giving the children a butt spanking. Say, y'all don't want to act right, we're going to put you down there, and we messed up again, did some experiments, messed up, and created the beast, and all this kind of stuff. Like they said, but don't worry, you're going to learn from your mistakes, and then one day you'll raise back up to God. Your higher selves were separated from you. That's the great old ones, your higher self. And some cases, they were merely imprisoned like Cthulhu under something city of relay, the underworld. As we go into this abyss, this mental period, this particular period, you go into the underworld. This particular underworld we are in right now. This gateway that you see, these Necronomicons are ways to meet up with you. See what I'm saying? Now the key to this thing is, that's nothing but your higher selves, but what had happened was this. What had happened was this. I'm going to show you something. This thing is supposed to meet up with you, and what happens is, even though you have gone through these certain periods, now, what happened with the dates is the dates are off. You need to follow things with the cycles of the sun. The winter solstice, the spring solstice, the summer solstice, and all these. The spring solstice, the white boy knew that the reason why he got to start locking you down in concentration camp, because he understands that you, just like the animals, you hibernate in the wintertime. And when the spring, you're going to start opening up. And based on the spring equinox, what's getting ready to happen once the sun goes into Easter, the first wave of you that's into the consciousness will start coming into your higher self. You're going to start going into some spiritual things like fevers, burning off the mucus and setting the pineal and pituitary area right. Now, since birth, you've had 2 guardian angels with you. Now, there's a lot of frustration going on among us. Everybody feels a little frustrated now. Some days you feel like you're all alone, you feel frustrated. There's some things you're going through psychologically. That is because the guardian angels that used to be with you, the two that was with you all your life, they are now in transition. They have now stepped back and they left you out there alone, and you're waiting for your higher self to come in. You see what I'm saying? Which makes you into gods. You see? Higher self will start coming in as the sun starts climbing towards the Easter equinox. Some of your higher selves will start coming in around Easter, around April, and the spring solstice. Now, based on every African, you have your African New Year every July 23rd. And based on July 23rd, you have this rising of Sirius. The masses of the people will start going through their climb of their transformation. The masses will be doing it on July 23rd. Some of the people in consciousness will start doing it in Easter. Now, what's happening is this is a great stargate that's getting ready to open up. But the mystery to the stargate is on the inside of your head. You see what I'm saying? That's the stargate. So as the sun starts going into another cycle, you are going to start to open up, because you are the ones of what you call the Holy Grail, the royal blood. The bringer of the Holy Grail is a dot that may therefore be energized, and the offerings of terrestrial alien race of humans that chant in communion, in communication with the gods, or the royal bloodline of the black race. Now what it means is this here. The bearer of the Grail descends from the great ones, which embodies a type of blood royal or royal blood. The bearer of the Holy Grail, the black dot, is depicted on the tarot card, and on the tarot card may therefore be identified as the bringer to earth, the blood or the royal blood, or the blood which flows in the veins of the kingly man. The kingly man, or the black man, or the black woman, a transhuman intelligence, which means you go beyond what you know of right now. You see what I'm saying? Now, this particular royal blood is the chosen seed of Israel and the seed of the stars, or the doorway, or the gateway. The bee and the beetle are the zootypes of the black race, descended from the space destined to supersede the human physical cycle of evolution. Okay, it says that it all started from a fall. This particular fall that you fell in this particular part. It should be remembered that the function of the grail or the black dot is to contain the holy bloodline of the royal blood, of the real true blood of not a human origin, it is depicted as the myth as the connection of the royal blood of the ancient ones, or the great old ones, identified with divinity. Now, what it means is, what's getting ready to happen is, based on the first part of you are getting ready, once the sun hits, you're going to go through this stargate. The stargate is inside of you. These Necronomicons are going to come back. And you see Ghostbuster 1, you see these little spooky type things that was going up and they was killing everybody. It was killing, what's getting ready to happen is this. Once this thing comes back, and it starts, and this particular part comes back, and it connects it to your higher self, he won't even be able to kill you. Now, the movie you need to go see to explain that is the movie The Crow. The movie The Crow. If anybody see The Crow, you'll know what I'm talking about. Go read the movie The Crow, and that's the kind of juice you get ready to have. Now, The Crow is a story of a black Christ. They had the white boy. The Crow is a story of the black Christ. The black Christ stood of the god Cthulhu. Cthulhu is one of the Necronomicons. His name is Cthulhu. The black crow, or the Necronomicon myth. The black melanated ones are carbon ones, returning to revenge the black Christ. It is interesting to note that the movie was released in 1994, the last year, you see what I'm saying, of the millennium, which was actually 1999. It shows the Christ of the higher spirit literally can't die and got revenge. The movie is the explanation of the return of the great ones in the Necronomicon Cthulhu. Now, if anybody saw the movie, these white people, even though it's done by Brandon Lee, he died on the movie. 20 years after his father died, his father died in 1973, he died in 1993. Chinese Mafia or whatever. Go see the movie Dragon. It was all hooked up. They told him not to give out the secrets to the West, Bruce Lee. And when these people hit, they kill you, they kill the son and everybody else. Maybe 1,000 years they kill you. Now, in the movie, they broke in his house and killed his wife and killed him. But he came back, rose from the dead, and had a crow on the side of him. You see some of the Egyptians, you're going to see them, they got a bird in the back of them. That bird represents the spirit. And they were shooting him up, stabbing him, and the bullet wound just disappeared. And they shot him up with about 400 bullets. He fell on the ground and came back up and killed a whole room full of people. But there was an Asian girl up in there. She said, y'all shooting him. She said, y'all need to kill the crow. Because the spirit is in the crow. But see, the Asian woman represented somebody who knew the science. So they were shooting. She was running after the bird while they were shooting him. And each time they were shooting him, they was getting killed. Now, these Necronomicons is coming back. Because see, once your body is possessed with the higher self, you will actually be able to live in the physical and the spiritual. And what's getting ready to happen, this cracker can shoot all day long. You just regenerate. It's basically what you see on the Superman movies and all these movies. You see what I'm saying? Like Terminator 2. Not the one with the old one, but the one with the liquid steel. He just transformed back in. Yeah. They getting all that stuff from your stuff. See what I'm saying? That's what's going down with this crow thing. The crow is called the black bird Soot, and Soot is one of the original names for the god. It means the black one. You see, it's the black one Soot. You see. Now, in this particular, these two symbols I showed you, this particular part of where you are now that you're going to lock the key. This particular thing, when you cross over, you go into the Necronomicon. That's the god that's on the other side of the threshold. But there's a guardian on the threshold that's going to eat the lower half to get you ready for the higher half. Just the white people call that the devil because when they eat them, it kills them. Once they eat the lower half, they ain't never go in.